Now we're good to go. Okay. It's been a while, I'm not going to lie, since I've seen Mr. Nightmares. I'm looking forward to this.
What you're about to hear is the scariest thing I'd ever experienced. My sister and her husband were going away to Hawaii for a week. So since I'm the second oldest, she asked me to watch my 2-year-old nephew Sean for the duration.
Multitasking.
My sister has a high-tech baby monitor that connects to a touchscreen tablet.
I figured there
sound
would
and video
be
from
one.
above Sean's crib and feeds it to the tablet. I would keep that by my side while he slept, no matter where I was. The living room, the bedroom, anywhere. I had the baby monitor placed on the bar, so I was able to easily hear Sean start to laugh at something. I checked the tablet, and I saw him standing in his crib, so I guessed it was time to take him out. I went up to his room and grabbed him to bring him outside in the yard with me, where he...
Before we find out what he finds, y'all remember that one viral video where the baby stands up on the edge of his crib while he's crying? You guys think that was paranormal, or that was just like a freaky thing that happened? Kid's gonna be like a tightrope walker when he grows up.
Laying in bed in the dark, the room suddenly lit up from the tablet on the bedside table. I heard Sean laughing again.
Whoa.
The tablet would light up if any significant amount of motion or sound was detected. I was comfortable in my position. I didn't
Kids
really
laughing
move. But when the screen
certain
suddenly went
settings.
dark, yet I could still hear Sean's laughs, I got confused. I picked up the tablet,
it is
and all
creepy.
I saw was
Can
black.
be.
Yet, in a way, it seemed as though the screen was still on. I heard Sean say the word "yeah" as he continued laughing.
Oh, snap.
Something wasn't right. I set the tablet down and began walking to Sean's room.
You guys think this is
calling his name
paranormal
as I
or
was
someone's
on
in
my
there?
way. I got to his room, and he was standing in his crib. I asked him why he was awake and who he was talking to. He then tried reaching for something atop the crib, but his short arms couldn't reach it. I picked him up to give him a little lift to see what he was trying to do with the camera. And as I lifted him, he used his little thumb to cover the camera lens. My heart sank as I put the pieces together. The reason the tablet went dark was because it was being covered by someone, but I knew it wasn't Sean based on the fact that he couldn't reach it. "Sean, is someone in here?" I asked him. And in response, he pointed to the closet.
Oh
Picked him
man,
up
that
and ran outside to the neighbor's house, pounding on the door, screaming for help.
trying to jump scare me?
An elderly woman answered, and she let me call the police with her phone.
Okay.
She was already clearly close with Sean, and because of that, she seemed a lot more comforting.
And did the police find an actual
Police
person?
showed up and said when they checked the upstairs closet, it was open, but no one was inside. The fact that it was open alone says everything. Someone was in Sean's closet that night. They must have made an escape and they took Sean and ran. The officers told me to stay at someone else's place for the night, and the elderly woman next door allowed us to sleep there.
Did I? Okay.
The next few nights after that, I watched Sean at my apartment.
Alright. We got this.
I was a 10-year-old diabetic who lived on the second-story floor. My parents lived on the first floor. That night, my dad was watching a scary movie about aliens. The aliens took over the world and were controlling people with their minds.
Can we guess the movie?
I was unable to sleep in the room that I shared with my sister that night, so instead I slept on the first-story floor with my parents. At that
Taking
time,
over
my
people's
parents were using a
minds.
baby monitor to make sure I didn't need any help in the middle of the night to take care of my diabetes.
That's really generic.
Late that night, as my parents and I
Just use a
fell
real movie.
asleep, I heard my mother's voice over the baby monitor. She said, "Amanda, honey, come give me a kiss. I'm going to work." In a confused daze, I looked outside to see it was pitch black. That's weird, I go to myself. Isn't it too late for my mom to be going to work?
Oh.
I rub the sleep out of my eyes as I make my way upstairs.
I was gonna say, was it dark early?
The door to my sister's room cracks open, but my mom isn't in there. I make my way fast down the stairs and back into my parents' room, where my mom sat up and went, "What are you doing up?"
Uh-oh.
I said, "Didn't you just ask me to come upstairs to give you a kiss goodbye?"
Oh.
She looks at me funny. No, why would I say that? She said. I looked at the baby monitor and said, you didn't hear that? She looked at me funny and says, go back to sleep.
With these stories, I always automatically
I am
assume they're
shaking,
true,
thinking
though.
about what just happened.
You gotta get out of that mindset.
In my teens
I
and
believe
early
that when that
20s,
kind of thing
I
happens
would
all the time. You
babysit
hear
as
something
my
over a
side
baby
hustle.
monitor. That was an
I was
Insidious.
always really good with toddlers and babies. And usually
Phones
the
and
parents
stuff.
of the really young ones would pay more. Lucas was 2 and Adriana was 7. Though Adriana doesn't have much to do with this story, I'll just say that right now.
Okay.
Lucas didn't really speak
Already.
much, though I was told he had only just turned
believable.
2 a few weeks ago at the time. After a long
letting
and
you know.
stressful day of watching the kids, they went to sleep. When the kids finally went to sleep, I had some peace and quiet and time to unwind, as watching the 2 of them was a lot. I lay in the living room watching a movie.
Yeah.
The couple actually still had a baby monitor for Lucas's room.
I was the
They
oldest,
asked me
so
to
I
keep
was
that in
always the
earshot when he
babysitter.
went to sleep. I left
Got
it on the
paid
coffee
crap,
table in the
too.
living room. Eventually, I ended up on a FaceTime call with my friend.
Something like
That ate away so much
$3 an
time
hour.
that by the end of it, it was past 12.
And this was just in
I
the
went to
90s.
sleep after that. Actually, I fell asleep pretty easily.
I'm old.
The next thing I remember was the dream. The freaky, disturbing, messed up dream. Everyone knows dreams
No, it's like
can be
early
weird
2000s.
and brainy, so I can't describe verbatim what happened in this dream. But the
Naughties.
best I can remember, I somehow had lost the baby monitor and Lucas was missing. And on the screen was
That sounds like a
Lucas's dead body.
straight up stress
And
stream.
upon seeing that, a deep voice kept saying, "This was your fault."
Oh, we're
I
still
must
in the
have heard
dream.
it like 3 times before I suddenly woke up. I went back to sleep, but once again, I woke up sometime later. But this time, I woke up to the little monitor device beeping and the red light flashing. I picked it up, and on the screen was Lucas standing up looking directly into the camera. Not smiling or laughing, just
You
looking
can't.
dead set into the camera.
Man, you
his
can't
eyes
jump scare
glowing
me.
in the night vision. It was a cause for concern, so
I'd be
I rushed
freaked out
over
too.
to his room. But when I got to his room, he was fast asleep,
Back.
laying on his back. I said his name a few times and lightly shook
I
him.
believe that
He
story,
didn't
but
wake up.
he didn't wake
I
up.
looked around the room, scared,
He's messing with you,
feeling like there was
dude.
another presence in there with us. I checked the closet and looked under the crib. No one. I went back to the other
I don't think
bedroom
this is
and
a
looked at the
paranormal.
monitor again, and it showed Lucas laying flat in his crib. Or if it was,
It was a
some kind of
stress
warning.
dream. You fell
I don't know
asleep
what
while
exactly I was seeing on that baby
an
monitor
infant's
screen.
life was in
don't
your
know what
hands.
to believe was actually real.
You're just stressing a bit about babysitting. You had that dream. And then this little Bart Simpson decided to freak you out, stare into the camera. When he heard you coming, he ran into bed. And he ignored you when you were asking if he was awake.